Hi, I'm Paul Buckley from Marpe Australia, an ex-tiler with a long family history in the business. I've been the product manager of Marpe Australia for over 25 years. Today I'm in the Sydney Academy and I'll share with you my top 5 tips when tiling a bathroom. Let's go. Tip 1, substrate preparation. Really important part of the job. If the substrate's not prepared properly, there's every chance you could get tile delamination. So it's a must to prepare your substrate. You can see when I rub my hand on the wall, my hand becomes dirty, so this needs to be cleaned. The most simple way to clean the substrate is a bucket of water and a sponge. Nice clean water. We just simply wipe down where we're actually going to be installing the tiles. So you can see there on the sponge there's dust, so that came off the substrate of course, so that would have created a delamination or debonding area. Likewise, when I rub my hand on the back of a tile, my hand becomes dirty, so that needs to be cleaned as well. Tip 2, adhesive selection. Another really important aspect of tiling is to get the right product for the right job. When selecting your adhesive, I would always look for these type of classifications on the bag. For mine, I would always start as a C2. It's an improved cement-based adhesive, and in this case an S1, which refers to deformability. So this particular product is right for most applications. Always mix your adhesive twice, letting it rest in between. So mix, slake, mix. First mix agitates. Looking at the mix, you might think it's ready to go, but it's not. You can't see it with your eyes, but microscopic ingredients take time to wet out and activate. Slake settles and lets all the ingredients wet out. The second mix brings everything together, creating the perfect adhesive. Mixing properly increases open time, workability, and most importantly, final performance, ensuring there won't be defects. It's just going to be a better all-round product to use. There's just no doubt about it. So mix, slake, mix. Tip 3, how to maximise tile bond. Start by using the flat side of the trowel to skim the surface first. Then follow up with the notch side of the trowel to spread the adhesive in straight lines. This ensures even coverage and a better adhesion. Push the tile firmly into the adhesive and move it back and forwards, making sure you move the tile to collapse the ridges. So that's what we're looking for, as close to 100% as possible. Never use the spot bonding method. No matter how hard I push on this, I might be able to spread them, but there's no way that I will spread that enough to cover the whole underside of the tile. So what that does, it creates massive voids underneath the tile. Never rush a job. Always wait overnight for it to dry, otherwise you risk things like grout discoloration or dislodgement of tiles. Tip 4, grout selection. So whether it's kitchen or bathroom, epoxy grout is by far the best choice, there's no doubt about that. As I said, it's waterproof, it's a lot more stain resistant, and then a lot more easily cleaned, so easily maintained. Just a far better product. So we're going to put it in. For the epoxy, we use an epoxy squeegee. These are just a bit more firmer than the average squeegee, bit more force behind it. We can put 2 hands onto it and really push it into the grout joints. So now we've got it all in, we're ready to wash. So remembering, with epoxy, we would always use the atomizer bottle just to put water onto the surface of the tile. Something we would never do with cement-based grout, but epoxy grout, there's not a problem at all. It doesn't mind water. We've got our 2 buckets of water, our initial clean and our final clean. So very important to use a nice firm sponge and use it very lightly. We want to just be able to take it across lightly without digging the grout out of the joints. Tip 5, cleaning epoxy residue. We're back the next day and there still is a little bit of the epoxy film left on the face of the tile. We use our Care Epoxy cleaner for the final cleaning process. Spray it onto the surface of the tile. Depending on the severity of your film is how long you will leave this on for. So we've got it nice and clean because we did the change of water. So we're not going to leave it on too long. Use the scouring pad just lightly. Get it all nicely spread. So we've got our first clean. So we've done our initial clean, go into the clean water, cleaning our sponge thoroughly, and then we just do our final clean. Okay, the final clean's been done. I'm really happy with the way it's come up, and the client's going to be very happy with the final performance of the grout.